History often remembers those who started wars. But today, I'd like to tell you about the man who may have prevented one. On the night of September 26, 1983, a Soviet officer looked at his screen and saw 5 American nuclear missiles heading toward his country. According to every rule he had been taught, he was supposed to report the attack immediately. He didn't. And that decision may have saved millions of lives. His name was Stanislav Petrov. September 1983. The Cold War had lasted nearly 40 years. 2 superpowers stood on opposite sides of the world, the United States and the Soviet Union. They competed through spies, proxy wars, military buildups, and an unprecedented nuclear arms race. By 1983, both nations possessed thousands of nuclear warheads, enough to destroy civilization many times over. The greatest danger wasn't simply the bombs, it was time. If one side believed missiles were incoming, leaders would have only minutes to respond. A single mistake could become irreversible. Only weeks earlier, Soviet fighters had shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007, killing all 269 people aboard. Trust between East and West had nearly disappeared. Every radar signal, every military exercise, every unexpected movement was viewed with suspicion. It was in this atmosphere that one ordinary night became extraordinary. When fear replaces trust, even a machine can become more dangerous than a weapon. Stanislav Petrov wasn't a famous general or politician. He was a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet Air Defense Forces with a technical background, helping monitor a new satellite warning system. His job wasn't to launch missiles. His job was to judge whether an alarm appeared genuine before it reached Soviet leaders. On the evening of September 26th, he reported for what seemed like another routine shift. Rows of monitors glowed beneath fluorescent lights. Computers hummed quietly. Everything seemed normal. Until just after midnight, a piercing alarm shattered the silence. One word flashed across the screen: launch. The computer reported 1 American missile, then another, a third, a fourth, a fifth. The system declared the warning highly reliable. Every eye turned toward Petrov. Sometimes history gives us only minutes to make the right decision. Petrov hesitated. If America truly intended a first strike, why launch only 5 missiles? He also knew the satellite system was new and largely untested. Trusting his instincts over the machine, he reported the alert as a false alarm. Then, he waited. No missiles arrived. Investigators later concluded that rare sunlight reflecting from high-altitude clouds had fooled the satellites into reporting missile launches. The computers had followed their programming. One man questioned the result. Petrov was not immediately celebrated. The Soviet Union kept the incident quiet, and he later retired from military service. Only years after the Cold War did the world learn his story. He often insisted he wasn't a hero. He had simply done his job. History's verdict: sometimes the greatest act of courage is choosing not to act until you're certain.